Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. As we all know, the technology monopoly of the United States is notorious. Under the leadership of Biden, these proud American capitalists are arrogant and domineering, and they don't pay attention to international rules at all. If the world situation changes, America will be affected too. What the United States has done in the semiconductor industry has aroused the anger of many people. Some manufacturers have used the name of free trade to protest the United States' arbitrary changes in relevant regulations in the semiconductor industry. For example, ASML in the Netherlands said that disruptions in the movement of goods would affect supply chains worldwide. South Korea does not intend to be led into a trap by the United States. In addition, there are three other pieces of news from the chip industry which amazed the foreign media. The United States has entered a period of chip panic, and other countries are also speeding up research and development and even have the momentum to catch up. A series of normative measures have been introduced in the face of suspicion and concern in the United States. Once American technology is involved, if you want to export products freely, you need to obtain the corresponding license. As for whether you can obtain the license, it depends on the response of the US. The United States has stepped up its rules and broadened the scope of its constraints. For example, the United States wants to woo Japan and the Netherlands in terms of lithography technology and wants to upgrade the agreement. Although it has not yet been officially implemented, it has caused quite a stir. No one can predict what will happen in the future. Only by making preparations in advance can we be foolproof. There is a saying that goes well, good will help more than wrong. These three pieces of information confirm it. Let all countries and manufacturers have their own future plans. First of all, the first is that South Korea will train top semiconductor talents in the semiconductor field in the next 10 years. South Korea has always been regarded as the most powerful ally in the four chip alliances organized by the United States. However, the South Korean side was hesitant, neither agreeing nor objecting. If they choose to join, then they are likely to make corresponding adjustments to their products at the behest of the United States, but if they choose not to participate, then the United States is likely to be against them. In the final analysis, it is because of the self-evolution of the chip. Therefore, the South Korean government decided that after 10 years, it will invest 22.29 million won, about 1.1 billion yuan, to train more than 2,300 talents with a master's degree or above in the chip field. Further training for the enterprise can not only alleviate the shortage of human resources within the enterprise, but also enhance the competitiveness of the enterprise, thereby gaining greater autonomy. The second news is that Infineon will build a new factory in Germany with an investment of 5 billion euros. Similar to the United States, Europe is vigorously developing its own semiconductor industry. The goal is to increase its production to 20% of the world's level by 2025. Some European chip giants are already preparing for this industry. According to the latest progress from Infineon Europe, they will invest 5 billion euros, about 36.6 billion yuan, in Germany to build a new semiconductor production base, which is planned to be put into production in 2026. The company's products are the production of high-power semiconductor, analog or mixed-signal components for various types of applications, such as data centers, vehicles and other industrial fields. For a leader in the semiconductor industry like Infineon, the investment of 5 billion euros is undoubtedly a big investment, which is the largest investment in Infineon's history. The third piece of news, TSMC intends to build another factory in Japan. According to Japanese media reports, TSMC is planning to build another semiconductor factory in Japan. Compared with the original factory, the new factory has a great chance of introducing the 5 nanometers process. In addition, it is expected that there will be an investment of 1 trillion yen, about 51.2 billion yuan. TSMC established its first semiconductor factory in Japan and invested 60 billion yuan on the basis of Sino-foreign joint ventures and Japanese government subsidies, mainly producing 28 nanometers per 22 nanometers chips. TSMC has been considering whether to build another chip factory in Japan, and judging from the information from Japanese media, this matter will be finalized soon. Japan is the second overseas investment location for TSMC to set up factories in other countries besides the United States. Although it is not as big as the United States, it is also very important. It is a trump card for TSMC to deploy around the world. For these 3 news, I am afraid that the United States did not expect that, from South Korea's vigorous development of chip technology, to the establishment of a new factory in Europe Infineon, and to TSMC's expansion of overseas business, all of them indicate that manufacturers around the world are resuming their plans. Build a new supply chain. In a supply chain without a strong U.S. dominance, more autonomy allows companies to safely trade freely. Foreign media have expressed that the wall is falling and everyone is pushing. What the United States has done has made them lose face. Although they have a technological lead, other people may not support the United States after a long time. The situation that the United States does not want to see has already happened. Several major semiconductor companies, including ASML and TSMC, want to return to the international market and cooperate with their customers normally. After all, no one will cut their own fortune, and it is still a sales business of hundreds of billions of dollars. As the saying goes, people have to bow their heads under the eaves. Why people in the industry often protest, and why American companies encounter problems such as declining income and employee turnover are all because Americans are going further and further on a road with no end in sight. Of course, if the United States can turn around in time, correct its practices, and get back on the right track, it will be up to the United States to decide.